Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Thursday, April 7th, 2016. I'm Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, today is spiritual dance music where I do my live new moon ceremony. You can check it out on my YouTube channel or spiritualdancemusic.com. And my 15-minute readings, I am ending those because so many people booked and I'm trying to get them all done. So this is the last week that I'm letting people buy them. If you want to get the reading at the cheapest rate possible with me, this is the last week to get it. Get it at inclusiveastrology.com along with my monthly horoscope. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter to understand where all the energy is for your Thursday, and I am sending you lots of great energy. I am sending you lots of love and light, and I'm hoping that you have an awesome, amazing, and spectacular, and wonderful, awesome New Moon Thursday. And where do you think I'm putting the energy meter? I'm putting the energy meter at the extreme position. Whoop, whoop. That is because we have got a new moon happening today, and it is in the middle of the Pluto and Uranus square. So what does this all mean? This is a new moon. This is about rebirthing ourselves, especially when it's in the sign of Aries. This is all about fire. This is all about identity. This is all about new paths. And you know, with this square to Pluto, Pluto's in Capricorn, where it wants to stay and dedicate to a path and never leave that path. A set of rules, we're going here and we're not leaving it. But this electricity of Uranus and Aries wanting to bug out into different identities, trying different places of identity, trying different perspectives. Remember, this is all trining over to Saturn and Mars, which are happening in Sagittarius, of expanding our beliefs, expanding into different explorations. I think this is a very difficult time for Pluto and Capricorn. I think this is a difficult time for all of us when it comes to our long-term goals and our path. It's like we want to try all these new different masks. We want to try all these new different phases of our life, but it's like, how's that going to affect our life? How's that going to affect where we go? How's that going to affect like our more kind of long-term understanding of where we're going in our life? And it's an interesting time because Mars is starting to station. This is going to be the degree where it retrogrades here in the next 10 to 11 days. And what's interesting is Mars is squaring Neptune. And when you get a Mars square Neptune aspect, like it is right now, we don't know exactly which direction to go. I mean, and when it's stopped like this, it's going to be a long time. And what's interesting is here's Mercury in Taurus, really trying to understand what we value. And I think we need to go off some really deep feelings when it comes to more of like, well, what is best for the long term? What is best that's going to be gold? Instead of an egoic kind of exciting, oh yeah, we're just going to go in this direction and screw it all. I'm going to go take this thing. I'm going to go leap into something I've never done before. It seems awesome. And let's just go take a giant leap. Are you sure you're ready for that? Mars and, of course, Saturn's retrograde already, but Mars is about to retrograde here, and then we're getting ready for a Mercury retrograde here. We already are technically getting almost into Mercury's shadow. So, I mean, this is kind of a time period where, you know, we're about to come into a really weird 3 months here. And I think that this new moon is really signifying it's good to understand the different places that you want to go. It's about knowing how to implement them into long-term and plans that you've already made and not jumping off the ship. And it's almost like a sailor being like, I'm just jumping off the boat and I want to go to shore now. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes we do need to wait for the ship to get to where it needs to go. And I think that that's kind of what the long-term understanding of this new moon really is kind of seeing the understandings and seeing the epiphanies and seeing the doorways that we can go. But really, like, our wants, our desires, our needs need to really learn to kind of cool the jets a little bit. This is the last amount of fire energy that we're going to get before Mars goes retrograde with this much. And once that happens and once that drops off, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to kind of slow down. Mercury's going to be in Taurus. We're going to enter the sun in Taurus in the next couple weeks. And literally, things are just going to kind of just... So... now, another way to look at this, and I'm just going to bring this up, maybe this is your moment where you do make your big jump and you say, screw it, because you know that time's going to slow down and you would rather be off the beach and not on that boat. You know, I mean, I'm not one to tell you which direction to take. I'm just letting you know the energy, where it's at, and that believe it or not, this is a more major shift point of your life than you realize, and which direction you're going to take or not. And when the energy slows down, what you're ready to be, I was going to say stuck in, but I don't want to use that word. I'm going to say completely wrapped around. Interesting. The card of this new moon we got is the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Do not do anything right now that is not worth it. One thing about the Seven of Pentacles is it's somebody raking leaves. Now, when it's reversed, you know, are you really, is it worth your time to do that? Like, are there other things you could be doing? The other aspect is, are you raking things of worth? Are you collecting things that are worth? Are you doing things that are worthwhile? And when it's reversed to me, it's saying, hey, you know, is this really doing anything? You know? And in your life right now, maybe we do need to make some sort of jumps. Maybe this is our last moment of jump before things change. I don't know. I wanted to give you both sides for you to make that decision yourself at this moment in your life, but to just know the repercussions that when you jump, there is no gas station to refill. That might sound crazy, but Mars is about to go retrograde, so in the next week. And that's a 3-month transit. And then it's got to go direct again. And it's going to be in Scorpio when it goes direct. And it's going to be a whole different world. So long term, think about this on this new moon. There's a little bit of time to get through this before this happens. But just know that you're going to see people really take this firestorm and jump with it. Hope to see you on the live show that I'm going to do. I do that show at 1 p.m. Pacific on Thursday. Thanks so much for all the support. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you, and I hope that you get the app as well. But I will see you tomorrow if you do have the app.